Right, hello. Welcome to Wheelspin Racing League for round 9 of the season. We are at the Netherlands, which is Zandvoort. Um, just before I go any further, Kai and Glitch, stop arguing, you two. Alright, or I'll send you both to bed without any supper. Dear, dear, dear. It's the reason I didn't have kids. um, anyway, say we are at Netherlands, or Holland as we call it here in England. I should think so, Glitch. I don't know what you're laughing about, Kai. She'll end up giving you a spanking and putting you to bed early. Right. Anyway, what was I going on about? Yeah, so it's full qualifying, 50% race, which is a 36 lap race around here. Um, very different track to what we generally have the rest of the season. Why have we got another spectator? Who's that? Hey, Reaper. Sorry if you heard me having to tell the children off. It's, it's unacceptable, mate. Thanks for joining. That's better, Kai. That's better. Um, right, okay. Let's see, I gotta get onto the. I've done all the sharing about and everything to different leagues, so that's all done. No, Reaper. Yeah, I've just messaged you back. I've just seen your message. No, it's not our Ghost Rider, mate. It's it's a different Ghost Rider. There is more than one. Can you believe that? Right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to get into the WRL chat in the Discord so I know what's going on. Nobody's saying a word, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I know we're definitely expecting a full grid tonight, so hopefully they've got like 4 minutes till go time, so they need to be getting in. I still don't know who that other spectator is. Have we got two commentators tonight? You ain't gone out and got a new commentator, Bobby, Bob, without telling me. I'll be fuming. I won't be fuming. I'll just be upset. Oh, hang on, I was looking in the wrong chat in the Discord. Yeah, that might do it. Invite please is Van Beastie. Van Beastie's in. 30 laps under my belt for Kai. Nice to hear. Hopefully you'll survive the full race this week. I have been summoned, says I don't know why. Yeah, okay. Politely find a wall. Not a very nice thing to say. No, that's true, Reaper. It's not any different to Ark. It's all children in it, eh? Come on, Mario. We actually had more people signed up for this race than we had seats. I think we ended up with about 23 signed up, and obviously only 20 seats available. So ba, 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 ba. I'll tell you what. I just thought of. Let's have a quick catch up on the standings to give you an idea of what's going on. Um, Kai and Glitch are continuing their argument in Discord. It is noted, guys. I do know you're doing it, alright? Definitely not getting any supper. Right, what did I just say about doing? Oh, yeah, I was gonna. Standings, there we go. Right. What's that? Oh, driver standings. So at the moment, Supply Raptor is leading. I'll tell you what, I haven't looked at these standings for a few weeks, and I didn't know Raptor was leading, but he is. Of course, they've been updated because we did remove, or Bob did remove quite a lot of people from the server recently. So it has amended the standings somewhat. So Raptor leading in a way. He has won 2 races this season. Also picked up a brilliant tally of 21 at Italy as well. So doing very well. Glitch is currently P2. Just 3 points off the leader. Piccoloco in P3. So anyway, yeah, Raptor's on 73 at the top, Glitch is on 70, Piccoloco's 64. Then there's a big gap. So Kai is in. It says P5. I think there may be a reserve between him and Piccoloco. I don't know. Kai is next on the full-time drivers list in a way on 35 points. Joint with Checo at the moment, and 33 for that guy. Ghost Rider on 31. Baz on 24. And so on and so on. We'll leave that one there. So we do have a reserve drivers list. So the top reserve driver at the moment for this season is RKA 25, who won in Baku. Outstanding performance in Baku. Kermit is P2 in that one. Hammy 3. Gary 4. Winter Place 5. Golden Tornado 6. Some of these people I thought were full-time drivers. I didn't realise they were reserves. Right, and constructors wise for the season, as seems to be the case so often in wheelspin racing, Williams are leading the way. Alpine in P2, Red Bull P3, and that is Williams on 197, Alpine 165, Red Bull 83, and then 81 for Mercedes, while McLaren lingering 5th place on 69. Then 64 for Ferrari, 60 for Haas, 56 for AlphaTauri. Then Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo are way behind on 28 and 18. So that brings us up to date with the standings. So, what are we up to? 15. And it is 6:02, guys. Is that RKA joining? It is indeed. So that's up to 16. We can't hang about too much, guys. Remember, I've got another stream after. Oh, okay. I've just seen an announcement from Bob Dylan to say that we're going to be starting at 5 past. So that's okay. How are we having to get drivers in? 24 drivers were signed up for this race, and we're having to get drivers in off the wait list. That is absolutely insane. Where are these people? Just kick them. That's what I do. Just boot them. Easier. Saves time all round. Always amazes me. I managed to turn up to stream the race for free, by the way, every week without fail, pretty much, unless I'm away. But that's only been once or twice in the whole time I've been here, and I always let Bob know if that's the case. But yet some people, apparently sign up for a race they can't even do, and then can't be bothered to tell anyone. It's just incredible to me. So unbelievably selfish as well. Um, yeah, maybe Checo, maybe. Yeah, you're willing to do that glitch. Scares everyone away. So right. Right. I see that Bob Dylan's readied up, so I'm pretty sure that means it's go time. Right, so off to the Netherlands we go. Zandvoort, really challenging track. Lots of curbs of death. High banking in turn. Oh, let me just count. I think it's turn 4. Hairpin. Massive banking, and then again on the final corner as well, which is something you don't actually see at any other tracks that I'm aware of. Certainly, at least, certainly not to the extent that you do here. It's not just banking now. There's lots of elevation changes throughout the lap, which really play with your traction, making it a really easy track to spin on. Hopefully we won't see that tonight. Hopefully we'll get through this. In terms of safety cars, it's about a 2.8 average around here, so you're sort of looking 2 to 3 safety cars on the normal spectrum of things, but it really can go either way here. You'll see plenty of races where they have 4 or 5, but you do get your safety car free races around here as well, so it's a difficult one really. I'm pretty sure my 8 o'clock race is Zandvoort as well. Yeah, definitely Checo. Hopefully no ghost cars. Guy says he'll bin it in quali. Um, yes, glitch. Quite an intimidating presence. I believe you. I do. And it would be when it's got. It would be when it's that infected, mate. Um, so a few drivers out of mediums, most on soft. Um, there is the potential. I think we may be expecting 1 or 2 joining throughout the quali, so just be aware of that. But as it stands right this second, we'd only be losing 1 driver during qualifying. There is a couple of drivers properly out on track, so let's just get whoever that is. That was one of them there. That's the other. So it's Bob Dylan who's first out. Don't let him overtake you, Bob. Keep the camera yourself. If he goes past you in that Williams, I gotta switch to him. So don't let him pass. Don't let him pass. Don't let him pass. Oh, Bob. I'm disappointed in you, Bob. So Glitch takes the camera off of Bob. I'm going to ride on board with Glitch and do the hilly hop lap. So hopefully he's not got me on. Well, hopefully he's got me on mute or something so that he can't hear me. I wasn't putting him right off. Anyway, DRS open as we head over the line, heading up to turn 1, usually down the 3rd or 4th. Turn 1. Multiple different lines you could take. Usually, though, you'd be avoiding that curve on the inside. Head up through turns 2 and 3. Very low on traction around there. Now the heavy banking left-hand hairpin. Can take a high line through there, particularly aids in overtaking where the grip is better. Through this long straight now, down into the quick right-hander. Usually taken, I would say, in 6th. To the parts of the circuit. A quick right-hander followed by this late braking, late apex right, followed by the late braking, late apex left. Sort of hairpin type corner. Good speed on exit. Good acceleration. Open up DRS down the straight. Loads of curb on this turn in. And really want to be keeping it tight through that hairpin. Then we head up to the penultimate corner, which is a bit blind actually. It's kind of strange. And you need a good exit out there because the final corner, again with the banking, is flat out. And we head over, open up the DRS, and Glitch gets us underway, which ain't bad with a 112.5. That's not a bad start. Bob now heads to the line. And he's on a 123.8, so that's a bad start. So sorry, Bob. The two Mercedes now heading round the final couple of corners. So first of the Mercedes does 112.8 and Beast 112.3 as Piccoloco 112.9, Baz on a 112.7 exactly. Oh, who was that? That's Bob. Golden Tornado 111.5. It's a bit better, a bit more like it. He's on a Q1. You don't really expect seeing serious laps in Q1. 112.0 from Kai. That's not bad. He's on a medium tyre. As Jan goes fastest on a 111.3. I am confident that I think Jan probably is favourite for pole position today. There is a couple that could challenge him, but I think Jan is favourite, and I do expect the pole position time to be in the 110s. Abel's here has joined. It's a new one to me, but I do seem to recall earlier on seeing his name in the server, so I think it is a proper driver. Checo 113.1 then. And I think that's all the first hot laps done. Bob's into the pits. I mean, he's got a time on the board. To say, well, assuming Abel's going to take a car, that's going to give us 17, which means two drivers will be eliminated. Sorry, I don't know why I'm watching a pit lane. Winter Place has gone into P4, by the way, on 112.0. I'm on a night lap here. Checo. Split time for it. No, he's not on a. He's not having another lap. I thought maybe he would, but he's not. So Tomo will be next over the line. If you remember back to Monaco last week, we had an insane qualifying time, 109. Ooh, what was it in the end? I think 109.3 was it in the end, I think, at Monaco last week. Not expecting that sort of thing this week. I think Jan will be very fast, and I think he will certainly be in the 110s. I think Tornado could be there as well, Kai potentially, Van Beest potentially. Well, there's several drivers that could well be in nicely into the 110s, but I'm not expecting any better than that. It's probably a mid 110. We'll see how they get on in a way. It's the first lap I've seen from HPR Tomo. Right So that's a really good example of how to take that corner. This one as well. It's not really attacking it so much here. It's just looking to get a decent lap on the board this season through on the medium tyres. It's not looking to tap the track too much. As Tomo comes across the line, 112.1, that puts him in the P5, and that will see him safely into the next session, I'm sure. This is a new driver for me, so I'm not exactly sure how to say his name. I really don't know how to say his name. I'm going to say Chestbin. Chestbin. I know the S is before the E, but it's the closest I can think of it. So, Chestbin is unless he comes on and tells me how to say it properly, it's going to have to stick to Chestbin, I'm afraid. 112.6 from Chestbin puts in P8. Raptor just started the lap. Hi, Papa. Hope you're well. Still 9.5 minutes of Q1 left. I hadn't realised that. So. Wow, okay, Raptor has just thrown down a massive challenge to Jan by sticking it into the 110s in Q1. So 110.9 in Q1. That's an exceptional lap for this early in the qualifying session. So I was very much expecting 110s today for pole, but I wasn't expecting to see a 110 in Q1. Yeah, I'm not too bad, Papa, thank you. Just commentated on the last under-25s league race for ARC. A fun one around Brazil. Just done that. And, that's actually the end of that league, and then it's not actually disappearing, it's just turning into something new as all. And back in a few weeks for that. And I'm here with Will Spin. Well, first of all, a little bit disappointed in the fact that, well, we've just gotten up to 18 drivers. We should have 20. We've got 24 drivers signed up to race here, and we've just gotten to 18. Well, just actually gobsmacked. Well, Bob that runs the leagues must be thinking, what on earth is going on? How can I have 24 drivers turn up and only 16 here to start Q1? Mad. In a way, don't need to worry about that too much. Now we're up to 18, of course, that does mean 3 drivers will be eliminated from Q1 as Ghost Rider invalidates. Straight in for him. Is he going to finish off the lap? No, he's going to head into the pits. Anybody else on the lap? There's a couple on out laps. Oh, sorry, I just moved off as Bob when he was just coming over the line. He's headed up to a 10th place with a 112.698. RKA, who won at Baku earlier in the season. Expecting good things from him today. I think actually a new driver, Lee Gillum. Yeah, he's a bit closer to starting his next lap, so we'll move to him. Just coming around the heavy banking right-hander and open up the RS. So here he comes. So PB at the moment is a 112.884. Natari. Obviously, it is equal performance, so it doesn't matter which of the cars you're in. Nice start to the lap from Lee. Late turning apex again. Two corners in a row, late turn-ins to hit the apex properly. Got to do it, particularly on that hairpin, because you need to get the good exit speed going on to the DRS zone. But quarter of a second up through sector 2. He's doing nicely. That's already moving him up a couple of places. Here we go then. I would say he's probably gained a bit more. And in fact, no, he actually lost a little bit in the final sector. It looked like a decent final sector as well. So he actually doesn't gain the places. He stays P12, but just improves his time. It was 4 thousandths of a second away from improving position-wise. RKA has crossed the line as well, only up to P13. A bit of surprise. The drivers that joined late is on track here, heading for the line now, and it's 112.2, so that puts him up to P7. That's the difference between a mid to high 112 and a low 112. Look, a low 112 at the moment looks like it's going to see you through comfortably. A high 112 and you're going to be in trouble. And now RKA, okay, he did his lap on the mediums. Just watch this, I think he might be going again. If he was, he's less than a 10th down, so he was clearly... I would say he was clearly having a go. So, we'll soon know if he's improving or not. If he's not improving, he moves over to the right and goes into the pits. And that's what he's doing. So, into the pits he comes. Watch out for that car ahead. Absolutely fine. No, Strider is 3.5 tenths up through sector 2. Taking on to a 112.8 and out of the drop zone, although still dangerously close to it. So 112, actually got into the 7s in the end, so 112.762 puts him in P14. So as I say, out of the drop zone, just behind his teammate, but still very, very close. Not used to seeing Pick a Loco in the drop zone this late into Q1. Some of the drivers for retiring from the session in the pits now because they feel they've done enough and don't want to use another set of tyres for no reason. Glitch in P9 on a 112.5. I think he will be okay. It is what a contrast it is actually though from Raptor's 110.9 in Q1 is an exceptional lap. The drop zone, sort of further down towards the drop zone, the time's really slow at the moment. Leclerc's backed out of that, just made a mistake at turn 3, which meant he didn't have a proper run into turn 4, and I think he got a bit out of shape. So he's going to wind down, plenty of lap left to get his energy back, and then he can go again, but it's going to have to be a flawless lap next time. And his Red Bull has then. Again, nowhere near where he needs to be, or nowhere near his PB. I presume he's going to have another go. He ain't got time to go round to the pit. Oh, it's round at turn 1, so that is... Well, it's touch and go. He could potentially get round again if he's quick about it. Can't hang about. potentially get round again if he hurries, but really not expecting to see these two Ferraris in trouble at this point of qualifying one. And just to mention, Mr. Heatgang has gotten out onto an outlap, but whether he's got enough time to get around the track, again, I think it's going to be pretty touch and go. Well, yeah, he's not going to be able to do a usual outlap. He's going to have to bomb it round. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to switch between the two Ferraris because they're both close to each other in terms of position on the standings and where they are on track. So, Loco just heading up towards the end of sector 2, and he is found 8/10 of a second. RKA almost identical, almost 8/10 of a second as well. It's like the two Ferraris are pretty well matched, which I would have probably said actually. RKA and Piccoloco. I think Ghost Rider's about to find himself out. Q1. Piccoloco across the line, improves to a 112.0, which puts him P7. RKA behind him goes up to P4 and a 111.8, and that knocks out Ghost Rider. Mr. Heatgang could not get around quick enough on the outlap, so he will leave us. Checo is driving slowly, so I think Checo's going to leave us, along with Ghost Rider. But if I was those three drivers, I wouldn't be too worried about that, quite frankly. Zandvoort, not too bad to be starting from the back at Zandvoort, quite honestly, and avoid a bit of mayhem on that one, potentially. But as I say, strong possibility of probably a couple of safety cars, I would have thought. So every chance, if you think about it ahead of time, to out-strategise your opponents. But on his debut here, Lee through to Q2, and we'll get a chance to see if he can go faster. First time for a while, Bob Dylan through to Q2. I think I'm right in saying that. I apologise if it's not Bob, but I think I'm right in saying it's first time for a while. Chespin, again, I can't think what else to call him, so I'm going to call him Chespin. Chespin, again on debut through to Q2, so well done there. HPR Tomo as well, well done, man. All three debutants through to Q2. Obviously, just the 18 drivers for whatever reason. So there's our order. Fantastic lap in Q1 from Raptor. I've no doubt at all that Jan and Tornado have got a lot more time in them yet. And I think the same for... But I think there's a lot of drivers, Kai as well. I think RKA probably has. I think there's a lot of drivers actually out there that have got a lot more time in them than what we've seen so far. But I do think, ultimately, my suspicion is that Jan will be the one to beat for pole. But we'll see. Just a quick look at the incidents. All just people speeding into the pit lane. Across the pit lane exit for Jan there. And same there for Elite. That's all it was. So we head into Q2. The full 15 drivers going to take part. So usually where it maybe heats up a little bit. I don't think a low 112 is going to be good enough here. I think you're going to have to be into the 111s to be getting through to Q3. I expect the top group to maybe lay down some better times here and get through easily earlier on so that they can retire out again. But Lee Gibbon has just left the session, so is he Xbox? Yes he is, so should be able to... Oh, I can't go on his gamer card. No fun. Right, so as they start coming out on track, I think there's a Williams out first, so that is glitch again. Just having a look, nothing further said in chat. Oh, there's an announcement. What's the announcement? Yeah, that's Bob's giving some drivers a bit of a rollicking for not showing up. So, yeah, just as it should be. Unless they're drivers which are usually reliable and it's really unlike them. If they're new drivers or anything like that, just don't show up when they said they're going to. Personally, I'd just kick them. Not worth the time and effort. 24 signing up, we clearly got enough moving forward. So, in a way, let's not dwell on that too much. Glitch onto the first hot lap of Q2. Just getting a little bit of lag going on because I had to reconnect my phone to the Wi-Fi, but I just changed it again. So I'm expecting a cut-off to get into Q3 of around about 111.8, but don't quote me on that. It can be a bit difficult as Lee Given joins. That's good news. Lee Given's joined back. I don't know if Lee's listening, but I went on to you to try and invite you, buddy, but I couldn't get onto your gamer card to be able to do it. But unless you had to completely switch off, maybe, and restart your console or something. That would explain it then. Glitch, in a way, heading round to last couple of corners. It's looked decent from Glitch. I think he's laying down a good marker for himself. That's what he's generally got to do at the start of Q2. So 112.4. It's a decent marker for Glitch to head for. Well, I'd imagine he's probably just used a set of used tyres, which here at Zandvoort, they will be quite a bit slower than fresh tyres. So and Beast across the line, 112.2. Again, as I say, it's difficult to know when to place not on anything competitive there. Yeah, it's difficult to know exactly who's using scrub tyres and who's using fresh, so Baz, somebody else cross the line. I think they're on an outlap actually. Yeah, it's really tight at the moment. Kai's going to cross on a 111.3 at some point. I didn't see that one. Here's Baz. He's next to cross the line as he comes through the final corner. 112.3. So only one of the drivers so far have crossed the line faster than what I thought the cut-off was going to be. As I said, for all I know, they could all be using scrub tyres from Q1. Looks like Chespin, for whatever reason, has backed out of that. Bob's invalidated. I'm going to leave you with Bob a second. I just need to nip off. I won't be a moment, but just give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back. But I'll leave you with Bob because I think he's going to go on to a lap. So I'll be back in just a moment. Right, okay, guys. So, you're on Lee Gibbon. That's where I left you on Bob Dylan, but Lee Gibbon, Bob Dylan, very similar. Don't know what I'm talking about. What's been going on then? So, Glitch says he hates this track. I think I like the track. I think it's a good challenging track. I'm not very good at it, but I do like the track. It's a 2-3 yellow. Seems to be a Ferrari causing that. I won at 11.3, quite slow to be honest, especially on new tyres. I guess that's relative, Kai, isn't it? It may be for you. You may feel it's a slow lap for you personally, but I think there's other drivers on the track that would love to be able to do a 1:11.3, quite honest with you, so I think that's kind of relative. I wouldn't ever say 1:11.3 is slow around here, but here comes Jan, 1:11.5 from him, and he goes into P2 at the moment. So I'm expecting a cut-off of around about 1:11.8, so the early runs have suggested I'm probably a bit off and it's going to be a bit higher than that, but of course, as I've said previously, you don't know who's running worn and who's running fresh tyres, so Bob Dylan crossed the line then, 1:12.4. Seems to get a bit of a toe off his Aston teammate. Hold on to a Nado, I think. It's just started a lap, so let's go with this one. McLaren made a really good debut at Monaco last week and showed himself to be a really good driver. Really good addition to the league as well. Seemed like a really good guy, really nice guy. Chatted to him a little bit during the volley and that last week. I've seen him jump in today, so I don't mean he's not keeping an eye on it, but he just hasn't said anything. Something I've seen a lot, last few times I've commentated here, is people in qualifying just using the curb a little bit on the penultimate corner. And I've always absolutely stayed away from that curb like it's the plague. It's got Golden Tornado goes fastest on a 110, 990. I'm 100% sure that's going to see him through. So the cut-off at the moment is currently on 1:12.432. As we get to inside the final 5 minutes. Into place here, quarter of a second up in the set to 1. Nice improvement just in set to 1. He's been one of the few constants in the league since I joined, and unbelievably, it was 3 seasons now. It's my 3rd season. Doesn't feel like it at all. It seems mad to me saying that, but wait. Again, let's see. Just use the inside curve slightly. Seems to be a regular occurrence. So I've always avoided that like it's the plague. It loves to spin you around. Anyway, winter place, P5 on a 1:11.6, so things are starting to get a bit quicker now. Somebody else just jumped up, that was Tomo. He's gone into P6 on a 1:11.9. Line, there's an improvement there. Just got a car ahead. Just see him there. I'm not sure. He may or may not catch that car. It's pretty. I think that car's glitch on an outlap. But not sure on that. Still improving, just short of 2 tenths up at the moment, which will be enough to see him into the top 10. But oh no, actually it wouldn't. Sorry, he needs to get about another half tenth. So across the line for Baz, and it's a 1:11.9, goes P9. So did find the extra bit he needed, and that's the driver just slowed down, allowing another driver through. Glitch then was the car ahead of us, and he's just started his lap, and that's Baz getting well out of the way for him. Back on a 1:12.4. I thought he didn't seem to be going flat out. Yeah, no, he's backed down to that one for whatever reason. So, Dylan over the start-finish line. So the cut-off now in P10 is a 1:11.9, so we're not far off from what I said. I think there'll still be some improvements yet. We've actually got 4 drivers in the 1:11.9s. P7 to P10. There's Bob. Good start to the lap, finding over a tenth in what is a pretty short first sector. But oh no! It's just the rear's just come out on him there. It's surprising. I don't know. He didn't seem to be doing anything wrong there. It's just the rear just seemed to step out on him. I think he's got enough time to go around and start again. As Jan has upped the ante again by putting in a 1:10.695. Very nice lap indeed. Anybody else spot anyone on an improvement maybe? Here's Abel's here. So I believe another debutant tonight, so Alpine. Oh, he's trying to press in. A 1:11.4 puts him into P5. That's a big gain sector 1 for this man. Somebody else just nicked up a little bit. I think that was Lee Gibbons gone on to a 1:11.914. That puts him into P9. Here we are then. Mercedes ahead of us on track, but I don't know if they're on a lap or not. Chestbin across the line, didn't improve. Right then, so RKA across the line, 1:11.4 puts himself into P4. Essentially got 2 left. He's in trouble. Needs to find quite a lot of time in the final sector to scrape through here. Head to the line here, Piccoloco, and it's 1:12.0. So he's P13, and Glitch is not improving as he comes up to the final corner, and he's the only one. Oh, Lee Gibson is still out of track, but he's on a cooldown, so that is the end of Q2. And how close can I be to being right? Look, unbelievable. 1:11.914 was the cut-off. Chespin has been eliminated in Q2 by 0.04 of a second. Unlucky Chespin. But that's 3 debutants. Tomo, Lee and Chespin there all in a row. 2 of them getting through, the other one just missing out. But a real shock to see Piccoloco and Glitch leaving us at the end of Q2. But yeah, I'm rather impressed myself. I mean, if Piccoloco had actually improved on that lap and got into the top 10, I'd have been spot on with a 1:11.8 look. Put me own trumpet here. Even a Shaz. Yeah, yeah. The pole here tends to be a bit quicker than other leagues at this track. So, sorry, the pole in WRL tends to be quicker than other leagues that I do. So, yeah, I am expecting a low 110, and I expect this man here, Jan, would probably be the one to do it. Um, so just to confirm, then we lose Chespin, Baz, Piccoloco, Glitch, and Bob Dylan from Q2. All very competitive, mind. Absolutely, all of them just absolutely knocking on the door of getting into Q3. So close, which is great news. At the moment, Jan looks like he might have a bit too much for anyone else, but Tornado's not too far behind, and I'm very confident that Kai's got plenty more time in him. But whether, as I say, I think Shaz, I think you may well be spot on with that prediction. But I think if anybody's going to do it, I think Jan's the most likely. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a clean out of drivers after last week's race. So, although Monaco qualifying was exceptionally quick with a pole 109.3 last week, that driver isn't here anymore. So, he had a bit of a clean out. I'm sure you do, Kat. I think you've got more time in. Yeah, I think you can get into the 110s. Getting into the 110s here at Netherlands is a really good lap. So, and I think you've got it in you. But as I say, I think Jan's probably got that little bit more than everyone else. But you never know, because it only takes one mistake. Well, it takes two, because you get 2 runs in Q3 generally. So we'll see. So interesting. We've got a couple of 3 debutants actually into Q3. So that's really good. I'm calling them debutants. So I don't think I've ever seen them race before. That doesn't mean they don't race in another part of the league, of course. So it's just one part of wheel spin. So who was first out of trail? Looks like the McLaren got out first this time. So Golden Tornado. Yeah, Shaz. So yeah, I mean my TT, or my PB is this. Yeah, my PB isn't actually my TT. My PB is 110.4 around Monaco. And when this guy he's just going faster and faster every session. And he got down to 109.3 was his final lap. Exceptionally quick, but. So Golden Tornado on to first hot lap of Q3. And I think this is going to be one of those sessions where they're pretty much all on track at the same time. For whatever reason, RKA and Jan stay. Oh, well, no, Jan's just got out onto track, but RKA still in the pits. I don't think we've seen the best of him yet, actually. RKA won in Baku, drove an absolutely superb race. Yellow flags came up there. I think that was for the Haas of Tomo, who's on an outlap. And he's just ahead of us here. There he is. Tornado 49.4 through sector 2. That sounds good in my head. I think that sounds pretty quick to me. Enjoy your chicken Kiev's glitch. There we go. 111.1 to get us underway. Can I get to... I've just gone off him again. Lee Gibbon, 112.0 for him. Raptor was a 111.2. Oh, stick with Winter Place. I know. Oh no, he's not on a lap. He's slowed down. Who was that? Kai, 111.1. So he has already gone faster. quite into the 110s yet for him. Oh, Jan's on late lap. Abel's here. Looks like he's on a mid to high 111. Yeah. Really decent debut. He was late into Q1, so he needs to. There you are, 111.7. So just got to sort that out. Make sure he's on time in future. But certainly having a good qualifying. Here's the man I think most of us must be expecting to take pole position. So there are maybe a couple of drivers on track that if they absolute nail a lap, then they could do it. Now he's on a 49.2, so we saw Tornado's lap and he was on a 49.4. So it looks like he's going to go fastest, Jan, but you wouldn't expect it to play by too much. Well, it's a 110.7, which surely that means he's gained 2 temps on Golden Tornado in the final sector. I'd be wanting to know how he's done that. If I was the other drivers, how is he gaining so much time in what is effectively, well, effectively 3 corners. I mean, it's 4 corners. It is 4 corners, but one of them's a nothing corner. So I think that's it. Maybe RKA then. So 111.4 from RKA. It's in P5 on that first run. I think that's it for the first runs. Winter Place is still out on track, but he's clearly not on the lap. I'll have a look, see if Jan was trying again. He might have been trying again. He's only 4.5 temps down, but so he's not going to recover that. But yeah, we may as well go to Raptor here. He's first out on an outlap for his second run. I don't blame him. Those coming out quite early for the second runs. It means if they make a mistake, if they've got the tyres available and they make a mistake here, they can quickly nip in at the end of their hot laps to get the new set on. So if they've got an extra set available, depends what tyre allocation they chose, of course. Could be Shaz. It's going to be, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be. So here's Raptor. So bear in mind, Raptor did 110.9 in qualifying 1. I'm sure he'd be disappointed if he'd done at least match that. Just under a 10th up. So yeah, I think most time does tend to be gained in sector 2. So I think it is the longest sector in most corners. Oh, he's round. As I say, if he's got another set of tyres, that's a little reset to track there, a bit naughty. So if he's got another set of tyres, he could pit. Or if he hasn't, he made it and he's got enough fuel, then he could do a cool down. Tomo heads up to the end of sector 2. Not got a time on the board yet, so yeah, 49.5. It's not bad. On target for a 111.2, I would say. Heavy banking. Right handers finish the lap, and 111.2 it is. 111.247 puts him P5. What else we got? Some good improvement. Ooh. got a bit iffy on the curve, so may lose a bit. Still going to improve though. It's not going to have lost all that time. So actually, it does improve by more. So 6.5 tenths, just over 111.4 from Lee, and that's a very good improvement. Just got a little bit out of shape on that curb, but I don't think that lost him enough time to lose in P5. So I think he's where he probably would have been in a way, just without the buffer he would have had. This man has been in exceptional form of late in race. He's been qualifying. I hope that's going to spin him. That's what I said right at the start before we even enter quality. There's a lot of, I call them curves of death, and there's a lot of curves of death around here. You've got to avoid them like the plague, and that is definitely one of them. 111.8 from Winter Place. Seems really strange seeing Winter Place in P10. It's when I joined the league, he was top 3 or 4 all the time, and he was the champion in my first season. So, sorry, let's go to Jan. Oh, he's just coming around to start laps. We caught him just right. Excellent. Hey, Bob. Yeah, Shaz, I think you're right. Let's see how he goes here. And, love you too, Bob. Thank you. There's Jan then. Yellow flags are right, but I think that's the car he's just passed, actually. There's nothing actually ahead of him causing any distractions or anything, or obstructions. That car might. It was out of the way, it's okay. So just come up to the end of sector 2, and it's 49.0. So I'll be honest, Shaz, I think we're going to fall just short of your 110.3, but we're not far away. Here he comes then across the line. Oh no, you got it! You got it! 110.393. You've got it, just inside. Are you working with him? You told him to do a 110.3, didn't you, Chaz? Anybody else? Spot anybody who's up? A very quick glimpse of that. It looked like a minus to me, so... Oh, he's backed out. He's backed out. He's not backed out. He's run out of fuel. He's run out of fuel. That's a shame. I'm sure I saw a minus. I'm sure he was improving. Oh, RKA's round. That'll be that for him. Winter Place has gotten up to P6. Glad to see that from him. Feels weird. Seeing him in P10, so I'm glad he's done that. But that is it, I think. I don't think anybody's on a lap. Yeah, Raptor was up, look. He was just over a tenth up. Ah, there is a lap here. Oh! Around. Oh, and that little spin has just cost Golden Tornado P2. But it's given Kai P2 instead. And that, as they say, is that. So, but Jan, somewhere, I'm a little bit surprised we've only got one driver in the 110s, if I'm honest, but I'm not going to take it away from him. Very unusual, though, for Raptor that he's done his fastest lap in Q1. That's 110.9 in Q1. And then couldn't match it again. That's got to be a bit frustrating for him, but still, he's P4. So championship leader in P4. That's the way, Checo. You'll do it, buddy. Do what you always do, mate. You will be fine. You're always picking up points. Oh, really, Kai? Okay. Glitch, you are not DNFing. Oh, come on, I want positivity, please. Positivity. Let's hope the first lap's a good one and we'll get through and we can see some good racing. Obviously, we'll be expecting to see most overtakes down into turn 1. That's the tends to be where you see them. Ironically, actually, you don't see this very often, but quite often here, the best way of defending in turn 1 is to actually stay on the outside. Obviously, if a driver gets up the inside and they're miles, they're ahead of you by the time you hit the braking point, they're going to hold the position. But if you're level, you tend to get better traction out of turn 1, being on the higher line. So you also get the inside of the all-important turn 2, and turn 4. But we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll see plenty of action like that, nice and clean as well. But, there we have it. There is our incidents. Right, I've got a race, Shaz. Okay, good luck in your race, Shaz. Thank you for dropping in. Getting the pole position spot on. Glitch, you'll do well. You always do. Maybe your worst track of the season, but you'll do well. Right, guys. I never quite know how long I'm going to get before we start the race, so I'm going to quickly go and make myself a coffee. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, guys, back with you. Tyrannical Teapot, hello. I'm sure you'll be fine. I've missed that one. I'll be down to 7th. Let's go. Why is everybody so pessimistic tonight? Come on, optimism. Yes, Mr. Heat Gang. If you lost connection, mate, you will have to wait. Literally, as soon as it comes off of the formation lap, it should put you into the car. Just make sure you're ready now to press it. Okay, sorry. let's get some details up quickly. Quick look at the tyres. Top two starting on hards. Third and fourth on mediums. Tomo in fifth on softs. Then lots of mediums down. Hards then for Maxwell and Ghost Rider. Softs for Bob Dylan. Otherwise, everybody else on the mediums. As much as that wasn't a bad view, I've seen worse. Let's see if we can get a better view up front. So to have a bit of a wait here. Sure, what for? Oh no, we've lost Bob. And away we go. I think we may need a restart. I think some drivers didn't have any power there at all. And Bob Dylan was gone. I think there was a problem. No doubt. No. Let's just have a quick look in the Discord. Get fight Bob back in, but there's I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye on the Discord. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted away. It was definitely something wrong at the start there. Oh, come on. Okay, guys, so as it stands at the moment, Kai leads from Raptor to Winter Place. RKA's P4, Jan in 5. So nothing's... Yeah, no shouts gone out to restart. I thought we might restart because there's clearly issues, but we're still carrying on. So forget all about that. Let's just get on with it. But there was definitely issues, and the McLaren was one of them. Golden Tornado. I actually had well, yeah. I'll be honest. I had the exact same thing happen in a race the other night here, as Lee Gibbon is straight into the pits and retires from the race. We all love turning up, doing a full qualifying session, then retiring from the race. What's the point in that? So, with it, we're all very tight at the moment, so it's hard to know exactly where the next overtake may be coming. The two Mercedes are very close on track. The lead Mercedes is on the hard tyres, so maybe better off allowing a teammate through at this point. DRS is enabled. There's Mr. Heatgang joining back. That's good news. He's left again. I don't know what's wrong with Mr. Heatgang. He seems to be in and out, in and out. I need to send him an invite and see if that helps at all. He's clearly having trouble. Right, so... Oh, I think Kai's in trouble. I think Kai's had a moment. Yeah, he's definitely had a moment. He's dropped to P14. Ooh, and there's an Aston Martin round. That's Bob. It's a difficult decision. When you've only got the admin on track, it's really hard for them to make a decision. For myself, from The oh, Bob's back round again. Myself, from my point of view, I think we probably should have restarted. But the problem is, if we restart, I won't be able to do the whole race. So, because I got another stream at 8, so it's difficult. Do you think maybe we'd be better off doing short qualifying? But see what the guys think maybe. But Zabel's here, who's doing his best here against Golden Tornado. But yeah, I was saying, yeah, the other night we had a race here, and exactly the same thing happened. We lost the host when the lights should have been coming on, and it's just it caused mayhem at the start, and people just didn't have any power or anything. Okay, Mr. Heat Gang, I've sent you an invite, buddy. I mean, if you can get in, you can get in, but if not, there's not much you can do. At least you've tried. Sticking with this one, this is a potential challenge on Glitch. Chespin, by the way, he has passed his teammate, so there may have been a swap around between teammates there. Although they're not like full-time teammates, I don't think. I think Chespin and... Well, I don't know, because it said it's been a lot of personnel changes, so... Heat Gang has joined, fingers crossed. Great to get him on track before he's way too far behind to do anything. He's at a moment. Oh, well, we've got a retirement. Tomo is out. It's over on the left hand over there. How on earth he ended up over there? Well, the good news is that he's so far off track, there's no way that's going to cause a safety car. And we got a little battle here. Jan up the inside of RKA. For P3. So I'm getting a bit of lag going on. And it looks like Jan has consolidated that position. So fun overtake up the inside into turn 1. Just to mention, so at the moment, Raptor is taking out a commanding lead, just over 5 seconds to Winter Place. Jan in P3 very much on the back of Winter Place, and RKA just behind him. But Golden Tornado was very much on the back of them as well, so nice little train being created here. I think Winter Place would be pretty vulnerable on the DRS straight, on the main pit straight. Tomo leaves. Unlucky Tomo. Not sure what's happened to you to go end up all the way out there, buddy, but whatever it was, unlucky. Jan comes round, opens up the DRS, and he's going to have this done way before braking. So, move done, and he will now set his sights on trying to get the gap down to Raptor. As we got a set to 2 yellow, I think that was Bob Dylan. Glitch. Did I just say Glitch? Glitch makes up a place on Maxwell Van Beest. I think Van Beastie there just caught him slightly. It doesn't look like there was any harm caused, so it doesn't really matter. But Glitch then consolidates that. He's up into P8, and the next one up the road for him will be Maxwell's teammate Chespin. So Maxwell will be defending. It will stay the case that the mediums are a stronger tyre than the hards around here for a good 13-14 laps. Generally, it's I say that, we had a safety car in my race actually, so it may be a little bit less than that, but does seem to be the case though. But since Jan has gotten past Winter Place, he's not... I mean, He's created a gap of 8 tenths, but he's not been able to shake Winter Place out of the 1 second as yet. Winter Place, on the other hand, just managed to shake RKA out of the 1 second. So there are signs that this little group here is starting to spread out, but still close enough. Let's come down to looks to be our closest battle at the moment, which is Abel's here and Chespin. So two of their new drivers, P6, P7. So fighting for good points today already. The mistake there was from McLaren. That looks like it was Checo. He was doing all right as well, but let's just drop him back a bit. It's allowed Bads up into P13. And there's the heat gain. Disappeared. As I say, he said in the chat he is having some issues, internet issues. I'll try again. I'll send him another invite. But at the moment, though, Abel's here. Looks like he's got enough about him to keep Chespin behind as it stands. Chespin very much over the back of him, but Abel's here defending well. His ERS very, very high at the moment. So that will be working well for him. So it's looking like we've got, I'd say, sort of 3 groups forming throughout the field. As Kai has caught onto the back of Pick and Loco and is trying to get past. Pick and Loco on the back of Maxwell. So this is 3 drivers that actually they would usually be fighting each other a bit further up the field. Contact there between the two. Doesn't look like any damage was caused, which is the main thing. But Kai's up into P10. And yeah, I think that's Bob Dylan, who's having a bit of a nightmare. Oh, he's lost his wing. He may be having issues because he disconnected at the start, and that could be causing him problems. So shouldn't read too much into that. Oh, what's happened to Tornado? Drops down to P7 behind Abel's here and Chespin. He's had a spin somewhere within sector 1. Battle really developing here. Glitch just out of 1 second to the McLaren, but he's also got Van Beest on the back of him, who's on hard tyres. But Kai on the back of Van Beest, also on hard tyres. Piccoloco sat at the back of all of them, thinking something's going to happen eventually, and I'll take advantage of that. But it's not happening yet. As Dylan is in the pits, putting on fresh mediums. And Kai, with a move into turn 1, gets ahead. Sorry, I was on the car ahead. But, Kai into turn 1 gets ahead of Van Beest and up into P9. And immediately past Glitch as well. So certainly on a charge, Kai, as Van Beest gets past as well. So if Glitch made a little mistake there or not, but through both of them go. Or maybe that's the sign. Initially I said 13-14 laps the medium tyres will be stronger for, but actually I then corrected myself a little bit because I remember to be had a safety car in my race, which is why that occurred. So actually 10 laps completed on the mediums will mean that they are starting to struggle a bit now. So Tornado's got himself back onto the 2 that overtook him when he spun. I don't know if there's any likelihood of an undercut here for too many. It's Jan has created some gap to Winter Place here, and RKA is on the back of Winter Place, but although Jan's created a gap to Winter Place, he's not really eaten into the gap to Raptor. A couple of attempts maybe, but Raptor at the moment is looking like he's done the hard work early in this race, but you never quite know. So remember, of course, that eventually when the pit stops have all happened, if everything goes according to plan, then Jan will be on medium tyres and chasing down Raptor, who will be on hards. So you never quite know how much he's going to be able to take out of him, but at the moment Raptor's certainly looking very, very strong. RKA looks probably a little too far back for me. You generally need to be inside 4 attempts to have any real opportunity on the pit straights. There's another gap a bit further down, but again, not able to get alongside. So for whatever reason, Abel's here seems really difficult to get past. He's really looked after his energy, so he's got a huge amount of energy compared to anybody else, quite frankly. Which is definitely aiding him now. Continue to watch this battle. It's only just behind this, there's another battle as well, so just behind this you've got Maxwell, Glitch and Piccoloco, who are still very tight together as well, but I'm expecting to see the medium drivers beginning to make stops at the end of lap 14, which is the lap that all these guys are going on to now, as McLaren of Tornado has a look, but didn't at any point really get far enough alongside to have a go. So Chespin will hold that position at least a while longer. For me, somebody in these groups needs to make a decision and be the first to pit and try and undercut them, because when it looks to me like Chespin is probably really being held up here by Abels here. He may not be able to get past him, but to be fair to Abels here, despite the pressure that he's being put under, he is actually keeping the gap to the car ahead very level. It's not increasing at all at the moment. So as Guy has a look at Golden Tornado, looks like Golden Tornado's fooled him off. Ooh, that might have been a little touch. Oh, damn, pressed the wrong button. And this guy made it. He has held position, so at the inside then at turn 1 for Kai. And up into P7. So Piccoloco's made the move. He's first to pit. So maybe we'll have to see how that works out for him. The problem, of course, with trying to undercut when you're going onto hards is they do take a little while to warm up. So it doesn't always work. But these mediums should be very worn by now. We're on lap 16. I believe the game suggested strategy is to do 15 on mediums and 21 on hards. As none of them pit again, so Tornado is in. And I can't say I blame him on that. Wouldn't be surprised because Tornado had a really good view of the cars ahead coming out the final corner, so I wouldn't be surprised if he said to himself that if none of them come in, I'm definitely going in. And when he saw none of them pit, that was it. Decision made. In he came. Let's go to Winter Place and RKA, who are still battling. Winter Place doing a grand job of keeping him behind somehow at the moment. But they're in the same situation. I don't think either of them particularly wants to be the one to pit first. But as I say, the mediums are going to be reaching a sort of percentage of where the undercut on the hards will be a genuine possibility. So, just to mention, since I mentioned it last, Jan has taken 2 seconds out of Raptor. And... oh, Winter Place pits. So RKA abandoned his pit stop right at the last second, and Winter Place has missed the pit line and picked himself up a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty as Abels here comes in as well. That releases chest bin. You would have thought if anybody, his mediums would be pretty toast. He's been sat in that dirty air of Abels here for so long. So let's just come down. Little gaps appearing because of the pit stops, obviously. Tornado. So here, this is what we're looking at. So in a way, the undercuts work for Tornado if he can get past while Abel's here's tyres are cold. But he has to get past. It's a bit scary sometimes going around, trying to go around the outside of a driver whose tyres are cold, because that's what the cold tyres are going to do to them. Oh, and eventually there's contact. It looks unbelievably they've actually. Oh, come on, that's ridiculous. Well, I want to give Abels here the benefit of the doubt, but that looked deliberate to me. I didn't see contact on the back of his car from Tornado to make that happen, but it'd have to be investigated, I guess. No good me making assumptions. It needs to be looked at, but yeah, tyrannical T. I'm not sure, mate. It looked to me like it probably was, but look, you just carry on, man. Don't stoop yourself to any sort of level like that. Just carry on. So Raptor's in. And he's on his way, and his Kai is close, but he's not quite going to get past him. But of course, Kai's got a pit in a way, so Raptor is out in P2, having made his stop. Now, it's gone so long on those mediums, it's not going to be that long until Jan pits. We get a sector 2 yellow. It's disappeared again. Oh, can you believe this? It's chest. Look where Chestbin is. He's right on the back of Abel's here. The overcut did not work for him. Tornadoes back into the pits. Tornado, I know you're fuming, man. I don't blame you. But just please, just see your race out. Don't lower yourself to someone like that. Just see your race out, and report it so that it can be dealt with. So oh, and there's contact between Piccoloco and Glitch, and oh, neither of them are out, but there's definitely some damage. Glitch looks, yeah, so Glitch has lost his left end plate. Piccoloco, I wouldn't be shocked if he's got some sort of rear wing damage. Or body damage or something. There's a sector 3 yellow flag. We've lost Bob Dylan from the race. That might be the yellow flag. I'm not entirely sure. As Maxwell Van Beest is into the pits. Off for the hards as well, so he's pitting to the medium tyre. So, just seeing if both of these are heading for the pits. Yeah, they are. So both in. Looks like Golden Tornado's given up. Left. Why have you... Oh, why, dude? Why? These two have been battling all race. Still at it. Loco leaves the session. Ghost Rider makes his stop. RKA, just for a moment there, got within the 1 second of winter place as Jan pits. So, oh, Raptor had closed right down on Jan, so he's going to go into the lead by an absolute mile. So I don't know if Jan had a little moment at some point, which has lost him a load of time to Raptor, but he's going to be a long way ahead. Raptor's already on the straight after turn 4. Right, so alright, looks like Golden Tornado's back with us. I'm glad to see that. Mr. Heatgang still not able to get into the game. And it looks like Piccoloco's back. I'm glad to see everyone back. That's good news. Yeah, for whatever reason then, Jan has over 12 seconds to make up on Raptor, and 13 laps to do it, so he's quite literally got to be almost a second a lap, over 9/10 a lap faster to catch him. But that's just to catch him, let alone overtake him. So, as Kai sets fastest lap of the race. So I've gone to RKA. There is another little battle going on. Abels here and Chespin have caught onto the back of Maxwell. So, but Maxwell is on fresh mediums, so you'd think that he's going to get away. Of course, Windsor Place picks up that 5-second speed in the pit lane penalty as Jan sets fastest lap of the race. Well, I'll tell you what, Jan is motoring. If he goes at the pace that he currently is, he will catch Raptor before the end of this race, which is a huge gap to close down. And, oh, we got a bit of contact there. It's nothing major, just a little bit of wheel bump in, and through goes RKA. This place looked like he maybe got a little bit out of shape on the exit. For whatever reason, didn't get a good enough exit, and that allowed RKA to chase him down. So finally, Chespin has gotten past Abels here. It's taken him almost half the race to do that. Say almost, I think it has taken him about half a race to do that, as Heat Gang unfortunately out again. Not happening for you today, Heat Gang, is it? Fair play to you for trying though, man, and sticking with it and keeping on trying. That's awesome of you. Yeah, look, now Chespin's through. He's powering up the road, so it shows the sort of pace he's had in him throughout the race, and it would have been interesting, to be honest, if we did manage to see, or if we had seen just how far Chespin could have got if he didn't get caught behind Abels here. But certainly now he's passed, you're certainly seeing the sort of pace he does have, as he's absolutely flying onto the back of Maxwell, who ain't no slouch, by the way. Maxwell's a damn good driver, so to do that when Maxwell's on 3-lap younger mediums as well shows he's got some serious pace, Chespin. It has actually just sort of stalemated out a little bit, actually. Maxwell's just gained a couple of attempts back, but even if Chespin at this point can keep that gap pretty level, that's some going. There's Picoloco has caught Checo, or is it the other way round? No, I think it's that way round. Checo, the only other driver from Windsor Place to currently have a penalty. Here you go, with DRS you would imagine. So we get a superb view of it. So, won't get it done very easily, does he, Picoloco? Certainly looked like he hasn't got very much energy, which doesn't help him. Being under the 10% seems to be a big big sort of moment. So, just wondering why Checo was ghosting, but he's got, yeah, I think that's Raptor behind him. Yeah, it is. So that was why Checo was ghosting, because he had the leader on the back of him, so it made his car ghost. As far as battles go, guys, I'm afraid we have spread out a little bit now, so there are little things happening, and things I'm sure will develop. By the way, just to mention, since Jan made that huge chunk of time up, it's actually been stayed almost identical since. It's at 12.2 at the moment, so it doesn't look like, it looks like that was probably more either Yang going for a fastest lap of the race, or Raptor maybe having a little wobble somewhere. So we have got one battle's just appeared, as Kai has caught the back of Winter's place. Oh, we've lost RK8. Hey? Then now he's crashed into the pit wall. I've seen everything now. How on earth has he managed to do that? Oh, and Winter Place picks up a drive-through penalty. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world for Raptor. He can, because of the gap he's got to Jan, well, not so much the gap he's got to Jan, but the gap he's got to third place, he can definitely pit here to Sauce. He hasn't got to worry about that. Jan then, I guess, has to make a decision on whether he wants track position or fresh sauce himself. I would imagine he'd want a fresh sauce, but of course he's at the point where he could lose a place or two by pitting. So for me, Supply or Raptor should pit. So Jan does stay out, and I don't think he had a choice really, because as I say, if he'd have pitted, the cars behind him potentially could have stayed out, whereas they've now pitted. So I think Jan will quietly fancy his chances of being able to stave off an attack, especially with the fact that Raptor has had to go to medium tyres and he didn't have the softs available, presumably. RKA, what happened? How have you ended up in the pit wall? Okay, I've just noticed Tomo's put a thing in that his wheel and pedals cut out, but oh my goodness. I've put a little message in Discord asking RKA what happened, and he says his catch jumped on him as he was going into the pits to retire. Right, so where are we with this safety car then? Abel's here. He's just caught onto the back of it. After that, we've got Ghost Rider on the way round. There's a little group of cars here, look, that so we're going to be waiting for them to catch the back of it. Oh, God. Okay, I asked him why he was retiring. He said he may have had -4 laps of fuel. Yeah, it drains your fuel quite fast around here, and I'm going to take a wild stab, Arcade, that you probably expected at least 2 safety cars. I kind of don't blame you because of the way races have been in WRL for a while. I'm sure Bob won't mind me mentioning, but that's what he's trying to do, is sort out the racing, and to an extent it's worked today. Overall, the racing's been really good, apart from one moment, which we'll, I'm sure, get brought up once we're finished, but I will certainly be bringing up to Bob, well, either after the race or later, I expect. But just got a few laps remaining. Whoopi or anybody's coming in to check where I am for HRF1, we're okay, don't worry. We're going to resume racing the end of this lap, so we're going to have laps 33, 34, 35 and 36 remaining. So just the 4 laps to do. So I'll be off and into HRF1 in plenty of time. Okay. Yeah, it's say it's not. It uses a lot of fuel around it. I don't know why. I can only assume it's the elevation changes, or are we high up like in Mexico? Are the altitude's really high or something like that? I don't know. But it does use a lot around there. But as I said as well, it's quite understandable. Netherlands usually offers a minimum of 2 safety cars, pretty much. So to have our first one this late in the race, it's probably been a bit of a shock. I must admit, I used to do it. I did used to do it where I used to underfuel, but I've stopped doing it now. It's cost me so much more than it's gained me. If you look at the amount of time it actually takes off your race time, it's just, it ain't worth it, I don't think. But you know, each to their own. But hey Massey, thanks for joining WRL. You're in the wrong lobby. He's just realising he's left. Here we go then. Back underway, and oh, it looks like something might have happened, does it? No, I don't think it did. I think we're just getting called up a little bit, maybe with back markers and all sorts, and there was a couple of overtakes going on. Mr. Heat Gang still trying. I've got to say, fair play to you, Mr. Heat Gang. He's tried and tried and tried throughout this race. Fair play to him. There he goes again. So the battle continues. I've got to go to the leaders. We've got to watch the top for the podium positions. Winter Place currently in P4 with that 5-second penalty. Or is it a 5-second? Because he has come in and switched to Sauce. So if he's got 5 seconds, it's because he picked up another one. Oh no, it's the drive-through. Of course it is. It's the drive-through penalty. Which, well, it's the top 11 are still. It's the top 11 that are still on the lead lap. So you would think that drive-through is going to drop Winter Place out of the top 10. Checo in P11 does have 3 seconds. But whether that will help Winter Place maybe keep hold of a point or not, I don't know. He's currently battling with Pico Loco as Checo. Did actually change position very, very briefly, so that's why I've moved down to him. But Now, if I've worked this out right, I think Winter Place will need to take the drive-through. You've got 3 laps to take it, and I'm sure we had 4 laps remaining when they restarted again, so surely you will have to serve it. Otherwise, it will be a disqualification. And with that last guy, 3 seconds, I know it's 1 point, but I'd still, if I can pick up 1 point, I'd rather do that than pick up nothing. There he goes into the pit lane. And, yeah, so Checo has already passed him, so whereas once he's just on pit exit now, so he is coming out P11 as we thought, but Checo 2 corners ahead of him. 6 seconds it says, so he's got 2 laps effectively to make up 3 seconds. See if he can do that. At the moment, Jan still remains. Oh, and Winter Place is out. Presumably crashed. He's probably come out absolutely trying to bomb it, trying to get into the 3 seconds, and he's lost it around the long right-hander by the looks of it. But too late for a safety car, so that won't happen. Oh, what am I doing? I'm pressing the wrong button. I think Chespin is heading for my driver of the day today. He's been brilliant, quite frankly. As Raptor momentarily gets into the lead, but he overcommits and Jan retakes it. Raptor is going to feel so hard done by if he doesn't win this race. He 100% did the right thing by pitting. He had to pit. There's no way that staying out would have been the right thing to do. Still be a good result. He started P4. He's going to end up P2 by the looks of it, but he was so dominant, so dominant that he will see this. He will definitely see this more as 7 points lost than 18 points gained. Oh, that is going to be frustrating for him. I'm not sure how, but I think something has occurred between Glitch and Piccoloco because Checo is up into P8. Those two haven't fallen behind him by quite a bit. And here we go to the line. And Jan takes the victory. Kai ends up P2. He sneaks past Raptor on the line. 18 thousandths of a second. I think Raptor's immediate leaving the session probably indicates how he feels about it. Chespin now, P4 on debut and drove superbly and is my driver of the day. So well done to you, Chespin. I'll do a full countdown in just a second, but I've got to be really quick. I need to get into the other lobby, so I'll do a quick countdown, quickly scroll through the incidents, and that will be it. I'm not going to be able to watch the podium, guys, I'm afraid, so we'll have to move on. Right, yeah, so Chespin P4, Abel's here P5, but I think he needs to explain that incident with Tornado, quite frankly. Maxwell P6, Ghost Rider 7, Checo 8, Piccoloco 9, Glitch 10. Tornado in 11th, Baz in 12th, Mr. Heat Gang P13. Winter Place classified as P14. There are the rest of the positions. Race Director, I'll just quickly scroll through these. I really can't spend any time on it. There you have it, Bob, if you needed that. Look, guys, I've got to rush, so thank you to everybody that's watched live with me. I'll be back live in just a few minutes, ready for HRF1, so please come and join me for that. You did, Glitch. Well done, mate. There we have it. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much. I hope you enjoyed it. In most part, it was actually a really good race. Just a bit of stupidity going on, but there we have it. Anyway, we'll be back next week, 6 o'clock, and for the racers, I'll be in the Discord after my next race to do the congratulations and driver of the day and all that. But Chess spinning away on his debut is my driver of the day. So there we go. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.